Hello, everybody. Oh, why wasn't I on there? Hello, everybody. It's your Wonderful Wind Mage, your true ship servant. Chartreuse Proxy, ever and always at your service now. Wow, my voice was sort of there. I really can't speak. Anyway, how is everybody doing today? Today is Wednesday, March 18, right now. We are looking at a show stream of me doing, what's his face? A chatting stream, really? Where I'm just gonna be talking over my creative work as I do 3D modeling. Because this has been something that I've been meaning to do for a while now when it comes to it, for the sake of my cosplay work when it comes to it then. Because I want to work on 3D modeling for creating my future cosplay work and everything like that. And I'm realizing my gain is way low. Okay, look, I'm very tired. I went to the arcade for the first time in like forever today, and due to that, I am super worn out. So this is gonna be my relaxing way to just enjoy myself on stream tonight. But at the same time too, this is me putting myself live on camera. That way, I am able to purposely do work and feel pressured to do work, rather than just being like, oh, I can just put things off, or I can just play video games in between 3D modeling stuff. No, I'm gonna distract myself too much. I'm not gonna get any progress. So, what am I working on here when it comes to it then? I am working on a few different pieces and everything like that. So let me give some backstory first. I am working on some cosplay for MomoCon in the future when it comes to it then. You know, biggest convention in the Mid-South and everything like that. And due to that end, I have cosplays that I have not been able to work on that need to be done So if I pull up, for example, right now, let me pull things up on my other window. Currently, the person that I'm working on is from Fire Emblem Shadows, which is this lovely lady here, Rose, from the Fire Emblem Shadows mobile game. Now, big thing to note with it is that I've already got 3 out of 4 cosplays done for Momocon, because I have Tomomo Cross for the Uma shoot. I have, what's his face? Yeah, I have Tomomo for the Uma shoot. I have Gina Lestrade from Ace Attorney because I can. Because, yeah, that's just like my own guilty pleasure pit, I guess, when it comes to it then. I am preparing for Fire Emblem. This is going to be my Fire Emblem character when it comes to it then. And then I have also my float pick for Toho, which is Turdasa at the moment. I could still pivot to Misty, but Turdasa is basically prepared, so, and I didn't get to debut her at Anime Weekend Atlanta, because we had to cancel on that, so that is going to be my own, so that's going to be the last thing I need to short up. But right now, this is the cosplay that I need to work on the most, because with Crimson coming around as well too, to Momocon, and it'll be their first convention as well, we have 2 pair cosplays of store-bought Tomomo Cross and a Gritty Cap, because that's just being made by a Chinese seller that we're just getting our stuff from, and just a few prop work otherwise. But it's gonna be for Fire Emblem, because it's cute and all, and we both like Shadows. I'm gonna be Rose, and then Crimson will be the main character and fiance back, Kurt. So I need to do a lot of 3D modeling upcoming when it comes to it then, meaning I need to do things like make the sword itself, which will be its own undertaking. Now, I don't think it's going to be too bad. I just need to really make something when it comes to, now, I don't know if, okay, you can't see my mouse pointer. I need to work on, what's his face? Both the scabbard itself, I need to make, and the sword, and a few other small things like the earring decoration and all. Now, I'm going to have to hand sew a lot of stuff. Of course. I can get away if I just like pants underneath for Kurt, for Crimson's sake, and then over here, this is literally just a skirt, and it's just gonna be a skirt, a top, and then I'm just gonna mess around with the sleeves and everything like that. But at least for props that I have to make, absolutely so, it's gonna be things like the tiara, which I am working on right now, the dagger, maybe like that belt buckle, and like those like earring baubles, not earring, but like hair baubles and everything like that, or so when it comes to it. It'll be that, and then also, I am gonna be making, what's his face? I'm gonna be making one of the tomes that she uses. So I already have a blank tome, blank wooden book that I haven't actually used in a while, or rather I bought like 3 or so years ago from Hobby Lobby, because I've been meaning to make more Fire Emblem characters with tomes, but unfortunately I kept typecasting myself as a bow character, so I kept cosplaying bow characters every single time. I've cosplayed Claude as Dancer Claude from Three Houses, I cosplayed Midori last, I cosplayed Tobin, I cosplayed Engaged Figado Engaged with Lynn from Engage, and it just kept spiraling on from there, dude. Now, I've cosplayed other characters at the very least before. I've done Heroes Morgan, Male Morgan, so I had Dream is True, so that's Tome, when it comes to it then. And then for Shigure, I've done both his regular and his resplendent versions, which are Naginatas. So I'm not only I'm not only bow pilled, but it is a strong metric for the majority of my cosplays that I've done then. Hello, Austin, Zui, hope y'all are doing well. Hope y'all can enjoy the Yap session. Now, this is intended to be kind of like open mic when it comes to it, then if people want to come on by, but I'm just really going to be talking about my process here otherwise then, and that's really just if people in chat and just want to talk to me directly, because otherwise it's just going to be talking about my usual MO and all that. Alright. I had some candy that I'm eating by the side too, that's from some sour strips. I'm just kind of chilling by. But right now, let me eat the sour strip first. Sorry, it's sort of like the One Haribo ones, and I just kind of put the whole thing in my mouth, so I need to digest this first and shoot through it. Excuse me. Okay, that's good. Alright, so yes. Crown is the main thing first that I'm working on when it comes to it for Rose. Main notes is that that pattern is right there, and it's also shown off better on the chibi portrait too. When it comes to it, it's kind of like that diamond right there. So if I look to what I essentially have in Tinkercad, my software that I've been using, when it comes to it or so, I can always scale everything, but it's that main diamond in the center right there, which will be our kind of centerpiece. And then it's more squares that kind of line up the sidings and all. If you can kind of see that. Sorry, I'm adjusting the window size. Now, okay, actually no, I'm looking at it. You can't see my mouse pointer at OBS. I need to actually finish making my custom mouse pointer, or using the GaleForce one that I made for Heaven Sent. But it's not. If I zoom in more, when it comes to it, then it's got those kind of like triangle ends, almost kind of like if it's making a W if I drag my mouse around when it comes to it. So to that end, that's what I've been modeled so far. And then these are like almost like a circular ram in which case then, now at least for like that special lining or so, I don't have to get in the model, or I don't have to get in the 3D model when it comes to it then. I can just have that as kind of like paint decals. When I do print it out then I can just like, drag a nice black line onto it then. I don't have to include it on my model in here, but I could also just sketch it right on in so there's maybe an indent or so. Because I've done it before to where for Fregato's, when it comes to it then, for Fregato's engaged wind bow, the turbo that Fregato's had, I did go through all of, you can see here, I've made so many copies to make sure I've got everything down. I did so many small little adjustments and so many shapes that I've done before with it all, as you could kind of see right there, that gave it all the cool little indents. And I can probably do another lining like this here, is what I'm thinking, if I really want to make that shine out. It wouldn't take too long, it's just going to be a bit more of a tedious work when it comes to it, but I am one for detail, so I think if it comes to, I can easily do that in the sketch function. But right now, I'm just trying to get the baseline for it, because if this is going to be the base of the crown, it is just kind of like a solid almost line when it comes to it there that we've got. And then I could honestly just like drag these orbs out to just like basically faux out how far it's gonna go. So if I keep going back and forth between them, I wish I could go like a reference image on, like if I could use like a reference image function, just have it right next to it then. I need a small circle that goes on there, and then this will be almost like if it's like an extended big piece that we have. So if I copy paste this just for the sake, now colors don't matter when it comes to it then, because what you're just trying to do is, colors don't matter because when you print it out then it'll just be that whatever color. I'm just trying to see if I can't extend out, see how well it would line up then, because once I combine all of these shapes all together then, it'll work out like it'll all be one color. So if I combine it all, it'll all mesh into one big color, kind of like how Fregato's bow looks right here in this case then, because this is a total of like a million different pieces and parts that I have snapped together. So I keep unsnapping parts. You're seeing like the outlines there of all of these little pieces that made these indents and everything like that and all. And how it all worked together in that case, from doing things like being able to string my bow through these holes to just these little cool indent designs that make it look a little bit more flashier when it comes to it then. And this is just like one midpoint of the bow, including how far I had to get the dowel, or how far I had to measure for what I could fit the dowel inside of too. And I printed so many pieces all together in that end that had to change, that I had to keep increasing the dowel length because it wasn't sturdy enough. Hello, Rena. Even though Lumi rated me, I still did not fix the Streamlabs shoutout bots or anything like that or so, which is something I probably need to do for the future then. How are you doing, girl? I hope you're doing well. How was Bread Game? How was Bread Game for you today? For those of you, of course, it's your wonderful wind maid, your Cruz Ship servant, Chartreuse Proxy, everyone always at your service now. I hope y'all are doing well, and just thank you for coming on by. I am just doing my, what's his face? My 3D modeling when it comes to it then. Just explaining some of my process and what I've done in the past about it all. It wasn't bread game, I messed up, it was Constance the art game. Art about bread game! But I'm just chilling out, just talking, and just yapping, because again, this is a work stream for me, and it's something that I get to explain the process on, and actually do work on as I continue on here. Because if I don't record myself, then I don't have any immediate peer pressure to actually work on this stuff here. But anyway, yes, I'm trying to make this crown right now when it comes to it. It's just explaining how I'm trying to connect this middle piece overall to make it like one contiguous piece here. Now, of course, I can move this around because everything will eventually snap all together. So it doesn't have to line up on the grid exactly as we see it here. Because as I move things around, I just have these at even paces apart when it comes to it then from my middle piece. So at least for this square right here, it is I want to line it up diagonally, but I can move it up or down a little bit if it means that the connectivity of these squares would be good. Because I'm just copy-pasting right now, making sure that I get the shape of the crown as we go on here. Because at least for that this little middle part, when it comes to, I can probably just get like an oval and put that as an indent right there. But the fact is, I need to be lining up these 1, 2, 3 orange parts and making it look decent together. Because again, this is essentially the basis of what I am. This is essentially the basis of the shape of my crown. Because after I put this all together, like on the ground here, I need to stand it up and actually give it like either like a cone base or like a half round like a tiara that I can actually start wearing it then too. Like how you then have to add curve to it. Yep, this is all part of the process, Rena. So I will be getting around to this in time. If I make this 16. That will offset a little bit, so this isn't uniform here, actually, with my measurements from how far I have from the center, which I thought I measured it out, but I guess it's not perfectly aligned. I mean, I'm looking at it right here. If I'm measuring it out, we actually have more distance between these two, so if I move this one further out then that would probably line it up with how seen here. Yeah, it's just a little bit more to the side, which is fine. I just don't want this piece to be overpowering. So what I will do is move this to like 3 notches on my measurement scale. I had some theory work, but my brain got fried. I mean, to be fair, like, this is a lot of work, and I'd wonder, it's like sometimes some people say, like, off to the Wonder Mines with you, in which case that is real. It is intimidating, and that is something I would not wish upon my worst enemies. Alright, so instead of 3 notches, it's like 1 more this way then. But on the other hand, too, like, I took classes for this during the COVID era, so I could legitimately learn how to do this stuff, and for my own reference sake when it comes to it then. So that's actually like 1.5 notches, rather. Actually, no, yeah, that is exactly how it is. So this would be my middle connecting parts. If I put these together, you see it's gonna act like one big piece. We don't have to worry about that anymore. And this will be the top of the crown that we work with here. So what I want to do is, I don't care about the blue orbs right now. That was just references. But I do want to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get these 5 and snap them together. And now you can see I have my big crown base all together. That is like this 1, 2, 3 by my very small mouse pointer that y'all see here. Actually, can I just mouse pointer on my settings? I can change it to be Chartreuse. Hello, that's something I never knew. Can I change the appearance otherwise? No, it doesn't seem like it. Well, thank you, Windows 11. That's something I never knew about. That is actually nice. Oh, but it's just gonna be on the zoom function otherwise here, so you're not gonna see the Chartreuse pointer unless I have it otherwise here, as you can kind of see. I might pull up the mouse pointer size just for the stream, though. That is comically large. Alright, let's make it like just that big then in that case, I guess. That'll be decent enough. But alright. Back to it then. Like, that is gonna be the base of my crown now, so I can actually chill with that on this end and be happy with it. And then just comes down then to making that little side. Because fact is, if I get 2 orbs like this or so, it's not going to be perfectly rounded when it comes to it then, and that's not exactly what I want. Rather, better thing to do is if I mold one to be more like a straight round. Just forget this one right here. Trying to get one that will be a decent size like this. Let's look at my references here. As I keep tapping back and forth for y'all's reference sake, but I need to just put this on my second monitor when it comes to it then, that way I actually have this better off without it distracting me. Hello, Rain. Yes, it's the one with the pretty wings. I'm trying to make her tiara right now when it comes to it, and that is... it's not logistical problems when it comes to it then, rather it's just more of just me trying to figure out how I'm going to make this side work. Because once I get to these little pieces on the side right here, then it'll be a lot easier for me to put this together. Because I just spent some time making the base. I can actually move the base down because it doesn't have to be, because I don't want it to actually be too far from what would be the center crown here. And this might actually be a good time for the sketch function here. Now this is something that has been developing and is newer, because we have 2 scribble functions here, which I should be getting my drawing tablet out for, to where you can, instead of me trying to play around with a ball, you can actually just like draw the shape that you're looking for in that case then, and you can see right there, it's kind of making exactly what I'm asking. So if I had a straighter edge, or if I just got my drawing tablet out of the way here, I could instead quite literally make that kind of like almost ram head shape that I'm looking for. Now, I'm just doing this as an example, but that would exactly be like the shape that I want. Because then I'd put that right there instead of those orbs, and what I'd do is that would actually make the shape. So quite frankly, now I'm gonna actually have to install Galmon again because it's a new computer. I'm realizing now, so I need to go to Galmon and install my tablet drivers because it's not on my thing because of my new computer after my motherboard blew up. So if I get my tablet, which would make this a whole lot easier, I think that's the right thing to do, but oh, that's so annoying, dude. That's actually so annoying. Hello, D3. Thank you for helping with the shout out there, Austin. Hope you're doing well. How was the mission work? Because I know that you had that lined up after we chilled out with Deadlock and everything. For everybody coming in, hello, it's your Wonderful Wind Mage, your cruise ship servant, Chartreuse Proxy, everyone always at your service now. I'm talking 3D modeling work using Tinkercad right now because I am working on cosplay props for Momocon in May. So I need to be working on costume stuff for my characters that I am planning to do. So right now I am modeling a tiara, circlet, whatever you want to call it or so, that I'm going to be wearing eventually in time then. And because this is a character that is from a niche game, Fire Emblem Shadows, mobile game right now when it comes to it, of course nobody else has any designs I can steal, so I have to make this from scratch. But I've made designs from scratch before or so this is all easy work for me. But these streams are just a way for me to stay grounded and force myself to work, because then everybody sees, alright, Cruzy's actually working, and she's not playing video games then. Pretty well since we're familiar with the Commissioner. Yeah, there you go. Pretty design, very pretty. I'm gonna be cosplaying them. And then, alright, so right now I have 3 things on the dot that I need to do with her, which is I need to be making her tiara, I need to be making her dagger, and then I have a wooden book, actually, when it comes to it then, that I've used for tomes in the past for Fire Emblem before. I'm going to be making these decals then, to print out and actually slot on and everything like that then, too. Me about to join Cruz for the Umet Steel stuff next week. Let me check what I have actually off for my next week schedule. Because that brings up a good point here. So, let's see here. Next week, I have Tuesday off. No, actually, I have Sunday and Tuesday off, but I know I'm spending the afternoon at my parents' on Sunday because I need to talk wedding stuff with them for Dan's wedding and all that. And then past that too, I need to do laundry because my laundry machine is malfunctioning at my apartment right now, and I've already put in the ticket. So Sunday or Tuesday might be the best then, because those are my guaranteed off days, and I won't have anything else immediately planned then, except for actually for my community, Sunday night. Since I'm working Friday and Saturday, but my work cadence was a little weird to where I got Sunday off, so I was like, hey, I've been talking about mini golf in VR, or just like mini games in VR in general, and we didn't get a chance to do that too much last time because it devolved into just going to the drinking world and doing the drinking night stuff then. So I was gonna put that on the event tracker actually. So that's something to look out for, but otherwise, if we want to talk about stuff, then yeah, let's watch on Tuesday so you can finally get off my back lovingly, since we actually set a time for me to work on Uma and Steel, since we're talking about artwork stuff. Wait, let me move from my desk for like 2 seconds to hit my drawing tablet. I'm realizing something. I don't know if y'all can hear me. My tablet is sitting underneath my desk, or at my side table. I have no idea where my stylus is. So, unless I find it within like the next minute, I might have to table that idea and have to just do it from hand, or on mouse and keyboard. Which, quite frankly, that sounds like a terrible idea. Because I want this 3D model to be as high quality as I can help it. Never mind, I found it. So happy I put my sucrose, my Genshin sucrose charm hanging from my tablet, hanging from my drawing pen, so I can easily find it. This is sort of like a jet black pen, but I literally put some painter's tape. I put some blue painter's tape on the very end of it, and I put my green sucrose charm on it. That way I can find it then. Yeah, I mean, it's just like a Delmon tablet I bought like years ago during COVID to work with. So it is totally functional, totally fine. I need to get a phone stand that's not gonna get in the way because my keyboard and my tablet together is not a good combination for my VTubing setup. So my phone's gonna have to sit to the side here. Okay. Wow, this is really hilarious. I need to plug you in. I need to go to the Delmon website and remember which tablet I got, actually. Wow, I haven't put this in since literally like last year or so when it comes to. I gotta pull up my Amazon account and look at like 2013, honestly. I am not even kidding. You'll be back, you're starving, there you go. If I look up tablet. Galmon M10K. Now I purchased this in August 2020. Okay. If I go Galmon official home. M10K? I see one that says for 2018. I don't know if this is the exact one. M10K, I see M10K Pro? It just says M10K. Where are you on the website, sir? And I'm just in 2018, so... Hello, Delmon Windows driver. I will download you right now. I have to reinitialize all my specific buttons for it again, too. No! Oh, that's gonna be so annoying. Quit all drawing programs before the installation. I'm pretty sure Tinkercad does not qualify as a drawing program, so it should be fine, hopefully. I need to get a better tower with yourself. It's So, it's sliding bigger than my palm. I mean, I'm looking at the one that I bought back then. This was a tablet that's usually 60 bucks. I remember buying it half off at like 30 if I recall. And this is a 10 by 6 inch. So it's not like a small one necessarily when it comes to it then. It still gets the job done. Galmon. No device detected. Oh, great. Come on now. Yes, it works! It works! Okay. Let's see here. Settings. Device. Workspace? Or how do I flip it? Because I'm left-handed, so it's weird using it the other way. Shoot. 180. Okay, yes, tablet works, perfect. That's all we needed. I don't need to do anything else special with it, but back to it. So, I need to make this like little ram head design essentially when it comes to it. So by using this little drawing function, I can try to sketch that out. Now I'm gonna put this on my second monitor, so I can actually pay attention to what I'm looking at, picture-wise. But essentially, I am doing something like, oh, hello. Oh, I'm not clicking. Oh, I need to make it so my mouse, so my pen is clicking when it actually I actually put some pressure on it. Please, I literally connected the tablet just to draw, and it's not letting me draw. No, come on, that's my mouse that I'm clicking to draw. Please, please, please. Okay, what if I move my stylus and press the left click at the same time as I do this? That doesn't work. No, it's all crashing down. Yours is 4 by 2.23 inches. What are you working on? What are you working on, Austin? Hello? Try starting the program. This is just on a website. Tinkercatch is on a website now. Hey, edit scribble. That's straight. Mouse key. Mouse left click button. Let's make that mouse left click. Okay. Yes! Okay. I got it working. This can be done now, people. I just had to change one of my side buttons on my tablet to be a left mouse button instead. So this can work. So back to TR work. Then. So let me pull this up again on the side. So again, if I'm looking at it reference-wise, please. Oh, I'm on a race. I'm doing here. Okay, that is not straight at all. Let me just erase all of that real quick. I'm trying to move my phone as well too, so that way it's not in the way of my of my VTube stuff. So it's not in the way of my desk, because my desk space is like absolutely compromised as I'm going on here right now. This is like me putting my phone to the side is not helping at all. I want to put it up in like the second tier of my desk, but that is not going to help me when it comes to when it comes to keeping my phone charged throughout all of this here. But okay. So back to drawing. If I click the pen once, it'll already start drawing. So I can always keep editing past it. Because what I'm trying to do is essentially create this circle. If I create a circle when it comes to it, then that's what I am looking for. But this is not what I necessarily need. I can put a circle here, actually, or rather, like, I just need to be making the middle when it comes to it then altogether. Because I don't care otherwise. Because like once I get the circle here, it's just actually dragging this like little middle part. So quite frankly, I could really just do something like this here. And I can even just do one side and then just like mirror tool flip it after. then I was trying to do the swatching tool. Not straight at all. Okay, you know what? Maybe this wasn't the idea here. But if I'm trying to do the tiara here, that can be a circle, which I can just put to one of the sides. And I could literally just mold it a little bit more ovular. Let's say like 18 by 18. Now I don't want to take up the entire triangle of the crown here when it comes to it then. It's only going to be taking up so much of it anyway. Maybe like 2/3 of it. I could actually stand to make the circle bigger in this case then. Starts beefing up to like 22 by 22. That's 22 by 2. Hello? My good sir. 22 by 22. Good. Because this will be tall enough, and then I can have that kind of like little diagonal piece start going down there. I mean, what I could also do, instead of trying to do all the sketch stuff and going through all the going through all those logistical problems of doing the sketch tool, is I could just take more squares. It's always more right to keep using more squares, people. Let's rotate you actually by about 45 degrees. Say like 20 by 20. Then I'll lift you up just so I can see you. So I could do squares and just have that lead off of the circle here then. I opened up the JavaScript. By accident there. Raise the circle too. That way we can actually see it eating the square a little bit. So what I need out of this here is you can move down. Okay, let's just say, yeah, 16 by 16. If I did something like that then that is fine. Because if I start going those squares around then, no, this is just example brewing right now. Lower this by a bit, this little top piece. Now it doesn't have that perfect curve when it comes to it then, but I don't think anybody's going to be bothered by the accuracy when it comes to it necessarily now. I think that actually could be a functional piece then. This actually could be a functional thing. So instead of me having to get my drawing tool out, it's just I'll disconnect the tablets. I don't have to deal with the problems of having my phone on the very side of me. So all that work for really not too much when it comes to it then. I love using squares and circles so much. This might still be just the better option then. Well, we all back down to ground level then. Now what I need to be doing otherwise actually is grabbing all of the shapes and merging it all into one piece. The one piece is real. Because then that's essentially how it could all look so far, plus the circles that I'll have for these ram sides. In this case then you will be... It's an oval. It's, again, oval shape that I need you to be. If I disconnect you real quick, add like maybe one more. Let's say one more on each side before I reconnect all of you. 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and move this out, actually, so I can adjust it back always. But combine all of that. I need you two to be combined, like, a long time ago. I don't know why you weren't. Place you back. I didn't put it all together to be one solid piece then. Afterwards, let's handle this logistical mess. So it should be using a cylinder instead of those circles then, thinking about it, because that is going to be circular shaped, but not but it's going to have the roundness of a ball, essentially, instead of being flat, instead of being a flat, it's his face then. Instead of being a flat shape. Now I need to make this like a little ton down here then, in the middle of this little indent. I think I can probably do to bring this down a little bit more though. So do that, let's snap these together. Or rather, there's a crucial thing that I just realized, which is this doesn't have this little triangle lip right here. So I need to actually get a so part of how I'm going to be able to cut these shapes out is with these translucent pieces and boxes and everything like this or so. The way that this works is that if I combine these together, this are translucent bots with any piece that already kind of exists on its own then, it will essentially take that part away and cut it out. So I'm trying to measure this up here. So that way it works perfectly with it. I'm not cutting off any exterior part. So now if I combine these together, I can get that divot here, but I did it's not a perfect cut, which I'm trying to fix here. Now if I change the millimeter scaling, I could maybe get closer to that then. So let's go ahead and cut. See, just a little bit more. Hello, Golded. Hope you're doing alright tonight, love. So again, gonna make another box. Let's see how well I can cut this one. So I need it again to just be perfectly sized. Now I'm realizing I'm not working on the exact snap grid that I need to be, but I could also just look at it from this bird's eye view. So I don't want, because it's snapping to 1 millimeter when I should be having it to snap off. That way I can cut it on both sides, and hopefully that's a perfect cut. Again, it's glaring on the sides a little bit here. Still not perfect. Still not happy about that. Quite frankly, it's such a small detail, and this is going to be painted in anyway by here, so I think I can live with that. I think. Now, what I'm not living with is how much space I have in between there and all. So, I need to move you all down holistically. Which means I'm adjusting the spots as well. But hope you're well, Gilded. Hope you're well. The snapping is not working, so adjust by the millimeters again. Extend the box a little bit more. Need to move this up a little bit. Not a bad cut, actually, and that isn't too obvious. At the very least, nobody's gonna be calling out my Rose cosplay on this now when it comes to it. So I think honestly, I'll just live with that. And good to hear, good to hear. That, and I need this whole diamond, actually. To one, be more like a diamond, and I need to shrink your size down holistically, too. So let's say, like, 15 wide, 21 deep, and then this could be how it looks, maybe? I mean, I can worry about overall size later. I'm just trying to get shaping right now. Because none of the diamond can be cut off, actually. It needs to be fitting into the top. It needs to be fitting into that right there. So I need to keep extending the size. This here. To be like that. Now, because of that, I need to disconnect these two pieces and lower your own height itself, my good sir. So that way you're not sticking out the most. Something like this in that case then, which I don't know if that's way too big, because if so, I'm going to snap you with a twig and swink you. So baby 3D model needs a swink. Do not ever talk to me again. Holy crap, Cruzy, what are you even saying? Let us let's try to line you up on the grid. So you're good. Pinpoint when it comes to it then. I need to move this up then. Have it eat the bottom. I'd try have it eat a good bit of it, I'm thinking. And then when it comes to lining this up here then, be something like this for that little... Because it almost looks like a ton, but in the model itself then, it's not even there. I'll still include it for my design of it though, I do think. Hello, Jazz. Hope you're doing well. Congrats on affiliate again as well, too. So just have this small ton here, in this case, then. And then I need also just one small square to just be on the inside here. Just to be this very last part, then. Now, I probably need for the orange piece for the thickness of everything to actually be thick. So if I lower you down, I need it to be the same thickness. And then when I mash this all together then, the only thing that will stand out otherwise would be this piece here. And then for my little solid here, change it to like 1.5. That way it lays in a little bit. So everything kind of like builds together. So if I combine you all and make you one piece, the one piece is real. This is essentially the crown so far, minus my circular end. What am I using? This is Tinkercad. Tinkercad, which is just a website online, Autodesk, that you can use to take 3D classes and everything like that, or make your own model stuff. That's how I've done a lot of things, such as my Gina gun, to like Pockets gun, to like my Flan, little winglets and everything like that or like the millions of parts of like Fregata's bow that I did a long time back when it comes to it then. So this is just my usual art program for making my 3D models then. Let me just get my water real quick. Use this all the time in middle school. There you go. I took 3D classes on this on my own time, back in COVID, because I was, one, very bored of accounting classes and I didn't want to do anything else, so I decided to do this instead of play games all day. And this is essentially what I've always used from now on for, what's his face, for making my props for 3D modeling. So I'm making Rose's crown right now, because I need to actually be printing out stuff for the future. Because if Momoton's still in 3 months, I still need to get stuff down on the ground right now, working-wise, you know? Because my 3D printing time is a lot different than what people think about it. Like, oh, I can print it out right now? No, it's gonna take you like 8 hours to like a day to make this stuff, people. So I need to get started on this process early while I can. If I do something like that, that's actually decent for indents. If I combine them all together, that is actually looking pretty good. Because it makes like that ram shape almost with that little tongue now. And now I just need these line indents, which can be done. Now, it might be stretch tool time again. But quite frankly, I just need straight lines as much as I can help it then. If I could help it. But I just need to do, first and foremost, 1, 2. You know, maybe I should just do, forget it. I already unplugged my drawing tablet and I don't feel like going through this process here. Back to squares, people! Or rather, it's going to be translucent squares I'm using. I have carved things from foam. Times have changed. I mean, people are still using cardboard for a lot of their cosplay stuff when it comes to it then. It's still not a run option, of course. It's just, you know, whatever's at your disposal. And of course, not everybody can afford to buy a whole damn 3D printer, you know? So it's whatever you can do, of course. Whatever is at your skill level or what can be done. It's just that for me, I bought Priscilla, my 3D printer, my Valentine's Day gift to myself back when I was in the dorms, and I am going to keep using the absolute shit out of her. Because she's been treating me very, very well. Alright, so as you're seeing right here, I am going to be doing a similar technique that I did with Forgato's bow, where these are like basically big rectangles, but then I had like a little circle that I put in here, and then very thin square rectangles and lines that I basically did to make these indents into his bow. And this is what I'm going to be doing for the crown as well here too. So I'm getting these very thin pieces that I'm making long like lengthwise just so I can see how much that they'll sink into the piece here. Because once I rotate this another 90 degrees, I'm going to line this up so I get a perfect shape if I can. Okay, I need to lock this in place, and it's not snapping millimeter-wise. Like the way I want it to. So that seems fine enough then. So if I combine you now, these three shapes... Oh, it didn't combine because they're locked in place. Unlock you, and then combine these. You can see here, that is my little indent now that I have. It's a small indent, and actually I need to sink you into the piece more. So, sink you in by... Oh, I don't want to sink you too much, so let's change you to 0.5. You're not even inside of it yet, are you? No, you're not. So you don't want it to go too far, but actually I could just also gauge it right here then. But if I combine all of you then you see, there you go, that's the shaping that I have between that little lining right there. So I pull that up again, you see, that's a perfect little shape. Now, it looks a little bit more thematic, and actually it's not a perfect cut that I have right here, but I think I can get away with that, I'll be honest with you, and if I need to change it later, then I can. But for now, I'm going to copy this, I need to break you two apart, and I'm going to do a same process right here then, to where, hey, break apart, thank you. To where starting from the bottom here, I'm just gonna keep dragging these pieces, and just basically make my lining with them. For how that's gonna go. That's gonna go all the way around, and then I just need to this is when I'm actually gonna have to use my drawing tool now to make the little curves. So we got two curves we need to do. We need to do it at like where this ram piece actually is going. So like at the corner of like this triangle right here, I need to continue that on. Which means you need to shrink, actually. I'll give you 0.4, maybe? Instead of 7.0 for 4 and a 4. And what I need to do, actually, is unlink a few of the pieces here, I'm realizing. Okay, maybe that's too much unlinking. For you here, sir. Because that one there seems a little bit more sunken in. Or rather, what I can do is just raise the circle by, like, a little bit. There we go. That way it has a little bit more volume. So when I link these two back together again... circle has a bit more volume than that one triangle then. But the problem that I'm still encountering... no, don't go all the way back. What I'm trying to figure is that for my red piece right here, if I unlink you completely for everything, what I need to do is actually sink this one in. Just a little bit. I just have to sink that a little bit. Now let's combine you all together again. Drag you back to just about here. And then if I combine all the parts again, okay, so it's a little bit better, but I need this to be a full triangle. So rather, that isn't the only part I need to shrink in this case then. I need to undo you, my good sir. And have you shrink maybe like around here. Or rather, what I need done is I just need to move your square up just entirely in this case, and that way I have a whole diamond that's actually shrunk down. Okay, let's go with this idea then. I don't need you, sir. Drag that back. Foam is fantastic for making molds since it's easy to dissolve. Yeah, and again, when it comes to it then too, it is also just all about, you know, how flexible. That's a joke on foam, especially when it comes to it then. You can be with your creations and all that then. Alright, we'll just take a sip of water and eat another thing on this sour strain. Gumbo products is so interesting to me, to where it's like, the gummy bears, of course, are the classic ones, but people's opinions are divided on it. But when it comes to other things, like, I know, like, the cola, of course, is always a fan favorite, and a lot of their variety pack stuff is, too. So, even though I had that, fact is, I still am not happy with this right now. Because when I wait here, unless I get it like this just about then that's, like, I need you, so right here, I need this part to be, like, fully down in this case then. I can hope it's that, or you're gonna be cut off, like, more here, you know? Chibi model crown actually is a lot different Yeah, with how that diamond actually goes to the sides, whereas on her art, I'm going by the art rather, is what I want to do. So again, disconnect you, sir, shrink you as well, and go again. We will keep making these model changes until I am satisfied. And we get the exact, size that we want. Now, this is just estimations right now that I'm making this all by. First and foremost, let's combine these two parts. That way they are never getting away. Combine these two parts so they're never getting away from each other. And now I will combine these. Put this all together. So I haven't lined it up perfectly. So you need to move down maybe a little bit then, sir. Let's see here. If I put you here. So in that case then. Something like that. Then I need this square here. Just about if I'm keeping it even. So if I drag you to the bottom, both are touching the bottom then. Can't exactly tell if you're lined up perfectly or not. Maybe one more up. Let's go with this for now. Because if it's not even correct, then it's not correct. I have no idea where my math is off here then. Fact is, I want it like that. I want it almost like this then, perfectly. Because that is the exact design that I want out of it. So where are you run on this side? Unless I really just don't have you lined up. Okay, I have no idea where this is wrong. But there's a simple solution to this. Copy paste. Instead of trying to make things hard for myself, I will just mirror this. Cut you in half. I'm going to turn you 180 degrees, my good sir. Ah, shoot. I'm seeing a problem here. A logistical problem. Should be you, sir, are not the height. Are not the correct height. Frankly, I need to bring this all down. Or are you floating too? No, this piece ain't floating at all. So I need to adjust you all down then. Adjust your height. That way you are on the ground. Not floating. Unless, wait, is this piece just sunken in? Am I a bit stupid? Are you sunken in, sir? No, you're not sunken in. Why is it showing like it is? Does you, sir? Huh? Okay, so wait, we're good? Why is it being weird? The fuck? Like, I don't know. Fact is, if I cut you... What then? Wait, that's off then. Why are you up? I didn't just the height for you necessarily, other. Your height should be the same. Okay, I think we're good. Let's shift it to one side. I mean, I did flip it, so it's not perfect, but okay. I think that's how it should have been. Fact is, I'm just trying to mirror it, because instead of going through a lot of the effort right here... So I may just sort these three pieces real quick. Let me put you all together. I'm just gonna move you away for 2 seconds here. So what I'm trying to do is, since that's perfect then, if I can just like bring you over then. So I already mirrored you once. I cut off half of the frame. Just put this together. Then, that is my middle, just about. I don't know if you're perfectly segmented, or rather, that diamond in the middle is not perfect. But do I really care? Is that really a problem? I don't think so. That, and then if I do print it out, it should line up just fine. So, yes. Combine these. I'm gonna toss you to the side, my good sir. You're not needed at the moment. I also need these orbs. Get these off my engineering table. There we go. That is my centerpiece right there. Centerpiece plus this little ton, which is not necessarily in the middle here. There we go, that's good. It's perfect because I have the little diamond jutting out there, and then this can be its own full circle. Now, height-wise, you don't need to be taller. Shit, I need to uncombine some parts. Oh, shoot, dude. If I combine it all. Oh, all the circles. Oh no. Okay, oh no. One logistical problem we have encountered. Cut this off. Okay. Combine. Ah! Or, I don't care about the C too much, but you still shouldn't be here. Recombine. There we go. And then for you, sir. I just need this one to be same level as the others. Recombine. Okay. Crisis averted. We're all still good. There we go. I can be happy with that. That, I'll go ahead and put you here, that way I don't have to keep moving her around. Good. 3 perfect shapes. You can go in the center right here now. Don't care about you. 3D printing is crazy. I mean, this is logistical work that I'm doing here when it comes to it. But anyway, hope you're getting good dinner, D3. What'd you get, Chief? Is this diamond too big? I want to stick out too much now. Too much from my head, because I'm going to be freaking wearing this thing here. So, maybe if it's shoved up like this, that'll be good. It is lower there, but I don't want it to stick too much. I think that'll be good. Is that crest sunken in? It looks like it's sunken in a bit more, so if I undo this... Then what I'll do is I'll simply make this exactly so a hole instead, and by sinking this, that's too much. Oops. I think like that. Then that's how it'll look then. Not bad. I feel like I could stand to move you up just like once, though. Yikes, it's not going all the way in. Okay. Need to lower you just by a slight tad more, my friend. So if I do it by about 1 millimeter. Yes, now you're perfectly sunk in. And that looks pretty good. Then we go back to the original plan here. So, which is for these bozo pieces, I need you to line up perfectly. So 1 millimeter. That is not going to line up to the millimeter, unfortunately. That, I need to disconnect you two real quick so I can see if I can't line you up. Yeah, that looks good. So at these two, combine them, and then this will be perfect. Now the problem that I'm also having to recognize too is that I'm making this flat. When I stand this up later, I'm actually gonna have to bend this crown here. Because once I turn this up on its side, I'm gonna have to actually have to work on bending this, which is the next thing. But this is really good progress to begin with here. Should I go ahead and approach that problem? I think I should. I think I probably should have to address that. Make a copy. That way I have that on hand in case I screw up monumentally. So I need to just combine that one shape in the middle right there too. So again, I am going to stand you up and raise you up. The fact is, I'm going to be wearing this thing, which means I need to tilt part of these pieces. How much am I going to tilt it? That's a good question. That's something that I had not yet explored as a problem that now I need to address. So first and foremost, let's fix a few logistical things in. Also, excuse me, sir, why is your interior here sunken? Whereas this one isn't? What happened here, sir? Hello? Alright, gotta address this first. My good sir, why do you not have the same volume? I need to extend you by at least a little bit. No, I don't need to be adjusting height. I need this piece to have more width to it. I need to snap 0.5. Okay, there we go. Move the bots. Alright. There we go. That's all good now. Don't have to worry about that. Now let's handle these other logistical small things to do. If I sink you in here, that's good, and then that's your own respective pieces. So these two shapes combine. Hello, Crimson. Hope you're doing well. 5 months as a subscriber. That's wonderful to see. I'm just relaxing right now when it comes to it, and also I can't be combining these two pieces together. Need to have y'all separated. I am working on 3D modeling Rose's crown right now when it comes to actually. So, slow but sure progress. I essentially have the basis for it all. I'm trying to make it work in a 3D environment now, because since I'm going to be wearing it, my biggest problem here is that I need to actually start working on tilting it and seeing how I'm going to connect this overall. So again, copy pieces right here. So I am doing my own little engineering work, and again, this is me putting myself up to my own task, because this is, since this is unexplored territory, for cosplay work. Rather, I don't think I've ever seen anybody else cosplay Rose yet. I need to see how I'm going to bend this. Now, I think 10 degrees will be good. Now, at least when it comes to snapping-wise here, you're seeing here, it gets a little awkward because the ends aren't going to perfectly meet. Now, if I bring them in like this or so here, this is of course going to get to in the 1mm range, but then they just start clipping into each other. So I'm going to actually have to be a bit more precise in this end. Also for the fact of how these, for how this is, what's its face, rectangles that I've been working with. I didn't, this was designed on a flat plane, rather, so if I look at it from this back angle, otherwise then, it's going to also be hitting the bottom here. In which case, I can clip off those split ends, essentially, and it's not to be a problem. I'm just trying to envision on how this is going to look on my head. Because is 10 degrees going to be enough, or do I need to extend it to like 15 degrees in this case? Able to cut out some overlaps? I will. Now I'm going to have to manually cut it, which is not a problem necessarily, but fact is, it can be done. It's just that, you know, like for shaping-wise, everything like this or so, I need this to look good. Like filling in extra gaps, it really is just filling in these gaps manually when it comes to this end then. Are you connected? No, then why is it why is it selecting all three of you then? Get out of here. Because once I sync you, I need this piece to be up front and center. Go back to 0.5. That way I can actually gauge this. And let me lift you up. Where is my lift icon? Hello? Lift icon, please. There we go. I want to lift this off the bold plate. See how this is looking otherwise then. Because that'll be my front. If I'm wearing it like that, that'll be fine. And I think 15 degrees actually would be the play here then. Because all we need left is these little side pieces. Okay. I think that's viable. So 15 degrees is a good starting point then, and I can continue working on that. So bottom design right here is correct to go by. I need to actually keep completing the sides then before I keep bending around, because if it's 15 degrees and it's too tight on my face, then that's going to be a problem. That, and I also need to work on scale of this crown as well too, but if it's going to be on the overall of my head, then that's fine. So I started working on these kind of like antler ends, I guess. So I remember getting these C's as an idea right here, and I was just gonna bend these way out of proportion. Because the idea that I had is that if I bend it a good way, I can just kind of cheat a good amount of my own work. So you're seeing right here, it'll almost be like this that I've got. And then I can just use a box tool past that to cut off this end. Because they're only curving up to so much. So let me tilt the spots 2 degrees. And I'm going to combine you all together. I mean, that was the idea. Now I need this to bend a lot more, but you're seeing what I'm working with here. Alternatively, I can just get like a spear, a cylinder, and do something like this out of it then, to where I would cut it off and make like more holistic. Genoid measured shape like that or so, but I was hoping I could bend a C better. Because then it would be something like that then, as you're seeing. Which might be the better option, but let's keep weighing this. Because I don't need it to be crescent moon shaped. Rather, when it comes to it then, I can just do a few combinations to where I could do something like this to start. That way it bends outwards like how I want it. And then I can just get another box that'll cut off that end exactly so. That way it's kind of like that jagged end. So if I combine these three, you can see right there, that's kind of what I want, but I can't be cutting off so much at the bottom then. So let's do something like this. Not exactly it. A little bit more. Could be promising. Let's disconnect this union then. So disconnect that C. Lower you down. That actually doesn't look too bad. I need to adjust the sizing on it, so let's say like 25 and 25. And that actually could be one end. If I flip you, I'm going to flip you. Hello? Please let me down 180. Thank you, very cool. I think this actually solves this pretty well for me here. And I just need one long rectangle. The one here. Yeah, the one the farthest one out goes a little bit farther out. Which, if I measure it on the board, that is correct. Try to drag you in just a little bit more then. Maybe drag you out just a bit more. At least for split ends right here. Unless I enlarge you a bit, I don't want to drag it too much. I mean, it is actually going all the way down past where the diamond is, so I actually can go a bit larger. So let's actually extend this. Let's say 30 by 30. By 30 on both pieces. So how high is this going? That's actually going pretty high. So yeah, 30 by 30. Let's see your bird's eye view. And then for this rectangle here, I just need you to extend all the way on that corner then. So I destroy the union. I'm trying to disassemble the union between these two here. Oh, that's too many separate parts. Okay, that's fine. If I do it like this then, combine you all together. That doesn't look bad, actually. Then if I raise you up, This is a standing version of that. Told you 90 degrees, 15 degrees. There we go. Told you 15 out. This is a lot on one plate, but I'm gonna clear this plate soon enough. So don't mind me, y'all. I'm just focusing up. Turn you 180. 15 degrees puts you neutral, so we're actually going to take you 30. This isn't actually bad. Now, of course, me flipping it, that doesn't account for the problem of how this, and how the front diamond is a little bit slotted in back there. That can work. Okay, this is really good. This is a solid baseline. All I need to do is put the little indents then. Ooh, I'm doing such good work today. I could actually start printing out the tiara maybe in the next few days and then make sure that's working. Ooh. Okay. Very good progress. I know that I'm sorry that I'm not being as entertained as I usually am here with y'all, but like I am like fully focused in on this work, and like you're seeing how my mind gets to work on this cosplay stuff here, to where I am, well, one, yes, I am kind of like getting into my head about this, but like in a very good way of like, ooh, this is actually molding together so perfectly well. Okay, so for this here, just flip this 180. Just gonna drag you right on over. To make sure that lines up perfectly. Rather, what I can do is combine, copy paste this, and then let's worry about that in a second here. Again, I need to make another copy of this actually, so I can put it on a separate build plate for all these separate parts and all. $180. Let's see here. If I can move you all over, so line you up like right here. So I need the bottom poking right there then. So when I line these two up to essentially connect with each other, I need this here to line up on the bottom. Line up in the bottom. Now I just need to figure how far this extends. Alright, let's adjust this again. So if I move like this corner piece like right about here, we have a peaking of like that square grid. So in my breath right now, I need to adjust. So again, basically like one whole square is essentially what we're working with here for space. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's essentially almost a square. I could have that almost actually like going all the way in if I change this Union State. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's about 8. So I can combine these two together again. You're actually off a little bit, my good sir. I'm just gonna move these back onto here, just in the middle. Yeah, a little off height-wise, so I need to go back to 0.5. There we go. And then, are you still sitting at the bottom? No, you're not. So it should be good. And then, what piece are you missing right here? Are you missing that little diamond piece that I had here before? Yes, you are. Combine these three. 1, 2, 3. Combine these three. There's my crown, and now again I just need to get these middle pieces. I say middle pieces, I need to get the indentions on the crown then. So I move this right here. That's your middle indention. Rather, okay, yeah, you always still all separate pieces. Combine this though, then that will actually combine you all, so can't be having that. So instead, split the union of these two here. I'll do this one at a time. It's not symmetrical. You're not symmetrical. I mean, to be fair, I don't think anybody but me is gonna notice, but it's so small and so pedantic that I have to fix it. I'm gonna scoot you up by like a millimeter, just about. Let's see how this looks. Okay, that's actually perfect then. Okay, no, that's fine, Cruzy. All right, you're good. So that's the top right here. Next, I need to get this on piece. And you are essentially gonna run the entirety. Go back to snapping. Quick adjust so I can keep this uniform if I can help it. Gonna run all the way up here, just about. Good. So I need to mirror you. We're down to the nitty-gritty, people. Winding it up on like the post as best as we can here. Pretty decent. for a moment to eat a bit of a straw. Straw? String. Eating sour string, Cruzy. Don't mind me again, I just gotta chew through this all. Alright. Next. These stupid circles. I don't know if I want to do stupid circles yet. I'll worry about that in a second. Let's focus instead on these little quarters. Because this stuff is at least easy. Three by 3? No, go back, but snap the grid. And I need you, let's say, can I please measure you out, sir? Four by 4. So I'm trying to snap you to is a perfect size here. What I'm trying to do is make it so when I rotate this 90 degrees, and yet almost it's a perfect triangle without cutting into here, in which case then I'm going to have to shrink the size just right here, which is fine. I just don't want to ruin exactly where the end goes. And then same thing for this piece here. Just extend you all the way to the corner. So if I put you all together here, slightly cutting into the circle, just slightly, but slightly still not good enough. As close as you can without cutting into it. Honestly, that's the best I've got. I'm not gonna worry about that little corner right there. Fact is, that looks pretty nice. I'm gonna copy paste these two pieces onto the other side as well. Snap you over. Yeah, I don't mind exactly where it is if I can just position it perfectly. Just need you to be sitting right here then. Perfect. Drag you up to about this line. It's halfway up, the thing essentially. So that's about good, and then I just need to adjust it for each side. without cutting into the circle. So again, that is totally fine. And for you, just about shy. I'm going to do measurements on the same thing here. I'm gonna move you over. So a marker for me. And you two pieces gotta make sure that you're lining up too. Can measure you all I want. Fact is, you need to be in accordance here. This one needs to be higher than, actually. So I'm gonna have to adjust these two pieces again. That's totally fine. Just trying to make it symmetrical. Now that's lovely right there. That is actually lovely to be lining that up. So that's good. Again, I just need to adjust. Hello, Jolted. Welcome back. Hope you're relaxing alright. Hot chocolate does sound good right now. I could prepare some, but it's already 10, so I'll probably just do green tea tonight then, otherwise. So that's always my detox before sleeping. Thank you for the hydrate, love, but alright. That's a problem. You are not symmetrical. Good sir, I need to adjust you. Why aren't you inside perfectly as I had asked you to be? Is it just the way you're tilted? It seems that way. Unfortunate. I thought I tilted you 90 degrees. Because if I fits you, that's it. Actually, nobody's gonna notice that small little blemish. And then I just need to adjust how far in you're eating here, which is just a slight bit off. Fine as can be right there. And for you, are you symmetrical? A bit off too, okay. If I took you like this, well off. Nobody's gonna notice that. Are you eating in? Ever so slightly. Fits you. And I can be happy with that. So, small lines, but that's the molding right there. Now I just need to get these circles and then these rounds. Alright, I'll get the hydrate now. This will probably be the last thing I do, because after I stand it up, what's this face? I'll get it to my printer and get it printed overnight, I do think. And that'll be good progress for me. Very, very, very good progress for me, I do think then. And after that, I'll probably just sweep it off because I'm feeling well tired, and going to the arcade absolutely tuckered me out because I am still out of shape. As I haven't just gone to the arcade in a while now, but I can call it out of shape because I am essentially not the same person I used to be going to the arcade. Alright, otherwise, next form of business? Do 90 degrees like this. It wouldn't be exactly the same here. I would say like 4 and 4, maybe. Or is that fine? No, I don't like that. Okay. Round of shape, it is, but I mean, like my stamina when it comes to it, then, because I am so mentally worn out after going to the arcade today, just because of how much energy it takes to do any of my pad games when it comes to it, then, you know. So okay, here we go. Do insane stuff, and I didn't twist my ankle this time. Okay, like, going back to that when it comes to it then there. I remember getting the recording of me, but it felt like I twisted my ankle, but I actually danced fine, and I wouldn't have gone to the arcade if I felt worse about it when it comes to it then or so. So I think it's just like I've just been putting too much pressure on that one foot in particular when it comes to it then, and I just need to alleviate it. So I'm going to be taking it a bit easier overall, I would say, for moving around on it. I don't have to limp necessarily, but you get what I mean. Okay. Order of business. How am I going to make that half round? Easy. Same as we've been doing right over here. I'll do something like this. Shrink you all the way down. I don't need the full half crescent, rather, so I could actually take another square and try cut off those ends. That way, I get the shape that I want. You don't need to be sunk in. I just need to, what's his face, shrink the overall weight of it. So, hello, Azura. This is the third person I've been rated by tonight when it comes to it then. How are you doing tonight, love? You showing on? And what were you doing tonight? Naturally, too. I should have been asking that first and foremost. Okay, so I don't want to be flattening you, but I don't want that, because I'm trying to make this, I'm trying to just make that half round. So actually, I could do like a half crescent when it comes to it then. So let's actually go back. So if I go back this way or so, it actually might be better to do something. Played some eastward, never heard of it, so give me your sales pitch on it. I am doing 3D modeling. This has just been a chill, just chatting stream when it comes to it then, to where I am doing 3D modeling, or I'm making 3D models when it comes to it then, because I'm working on props that I'm going to transcribe to my 3D printer after I cut it and all, so I can actually print it out and wear it. So I am making the tiara right now to one Princess Rose from Fire Emblem Shadows as one of my next cosplays from MomoCon. Dad and daughter get kicked out of Underground Town shenanigans and sure. Interesting. Is this like an adventure game when it comes to it, or like what exactly is the genre then, my friend? I guess I could actually just pull up your Twitch page too, so let's go ahead and do that. Zelda-like adventure? Okay, and that's an ad. Alright, well, I'll deal with that later. But if it's Zelda-like, then that sounds like a cute time. But yeah, I am working 3D modeling because right now, I am trying to piece together how I'm going to make this crown work, this tiara work. That way when I'm wearing it then, if it's tilted at right this perfect angle then, and then I can just wear it right on my wig without having to do anything else too much about it then. But this is all different pieces and parts and all. Isn't she one of the first open lesbians on the Games World? Yeah, exactly so, because, spoiler, not spoiler, because it's already revealed, like, what's his face, like, a chapter in or two when it comes to it. Yeah, it's revealed in, like, the third battle. Fire Emblem Shadows is, like, is what people call the haha funny Among Us game when it comes to it then, Fire Emblem and all. But, yeah, this is Prince Kurt, as they're known by, but due to bloodline stuff when it comes to it then, there's no male heir for their kingdom of Ast, And because of that, it would be utter turmoil if that was proven otherwise then. So, Kurt, female, presenting male, has to, or forced to present male in medieval times, of course, has to go by just prince and not princess. But they are still engaged with their fiancée Rose. They know each other's secrets, and they are truly in love with each other, which is so cute. And I was thinking, honestly, like, why am I cosplaying her? One, I get to wear wings again for a cosplay. And two, I don't typecast myself as a bow character, considering how I've always cosplayed bow characters. At least that's the majority of my Fire Emblem cosplays. Plus three, for the photo shoot, it could be really cool if I'm one of the only Shadows cosplayers, or I'm expecting myself to be the only Shadows cosplayer. But I'm trying to, but after I make Rose's stuff, hopefully I can also make Kurt's stuff. That way Crimson, who's coming to Momocon with me, can also cosplay. And we can be cute. And by that, I should also be checking the Atlanta Fire Emblem Discord server that I only work in and I'm not active in, and see actually if anybody else is doing Shadows. As if so, then there's edge in my face from my entire plan, so that's totally fine. Cosplay general. I would be looking through all of this here otherwise for a while, and I don't think I should be, because that'll take me away from, what's his face, from the stream in that case. Actually, I should have been looking through and seeing if anybody else did Shadows. Okay, I'm looking through the photoshoot Historia on the server when it comes to it then, and somebody did do Uma Lin when it comes to it then, like Shadows Lin. So I am not the only Shadows cosplayer in that case then, but I could be a more dedicated one in that case then, since it's not just gonna be, you know, Lin, but just with horse ears. So this can be done. This actually works a little bit better than in that case then, people. So I think that'll work. So I'm looking at the stuff that was right from like other cons that they've done too. Plus, again, it would be very rare and cool if I could show off Shadows and just exist by myself then. Well, I say by myself. Crimson will be with me, because I am making these work. Oh, I'll say this too, actually. Hold on. Crimson, we need to look at something. BTVA Fire Emblem Shadows. Behind the voice actors. I was looking at stuff, because as curious con-wise, for Rose, Elise Lovelock is the voice actress behind her. And I first have been recognizing from Zaihi from Arknight's Enfield when it comes to it then. And she's done a few other roles. Notably, she was in ZZZ, she's in Wuwa when it comes to it then. And also, she's also Lunalu, which I didn't recognize from Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. But essentially, this is her, and I looked up Momocon guest lists. And if I look at the guest list, and I go by, and I just look up, exactly, so, OC Lovelock, we have her at Momocon, meaning, you remember when we were talking back with each other of saying, hey, let's not push myself in case life gets ahead of me when it comes to it then, and I can't finish these cosplays? I think I gotta meet her in cosplay now. I have to meet her in cosplay now. We have to meet her in cosplay. Absolutely. Now, I didn't look, I looked around to see if other people when it comes to it then, because Brittany Wada, I don't think she's at Momocon. Weird. Nah, it's not popping up on Control F, so, nah, it comes to it then. But at the very least, we have Rose, who I can rep, and imagine if I'm the first Rose cosplayer that she sees. Ah! Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps about it already then. But I'm gonna be checking her photo shoot schedule then. Because if I can catch her on FE Day, then that would be wonderful. Oh my god, that would be so wonderful. That would be so wonderful. Now that would be Saturday, which means we'd have Uma shoot at like 10. Then we go back to the hotel, change. Fire Emblem shoot I think at 2, so then it'll be maybe like noon, so we have like a 2-hour window to catch her, which I don't know if we will in that case then, but I'll work something out. Or I could just change back out of Kagasa on Saturday, back into, since I'm going to be carrying both costumes then, back into Rose, and then we'll work it out from there. But look, fact is, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I just hope that she won't be early. We'll work it out. If her stuff's only like Thursday, Friday, whatever, stuff like that, I can change into Rose quickly, and then we can just do stuff. But fact is, this is happening. I'm working on things right now for the crown, and I'm just working on the finer details, of course. But this is something that I am devoting myself to, absolutely. And of course, I wouldn't be dedicating a whole entire stream slot to this if not for so. So I need that to like curve all around just about. So at least for circle here, I could cut it off with a square, and then that can be a decent curve. Now I don't just need to be that thick. So let's do something like this, maybe? Decent. Cut this part off though, and then let's go in with this design in mind. Or okay, maybe I actually don't cut that off. Maybe I cut off like this much. But yeah, like, because I remember like I was talking to you, like going over like stuff to do at the con and all, and I remember going over like, hey, is there any voice actors that you recognize? And I think you were literally just saying like, I don't know, like Matt Mercer, and that's it. Like, wow. I mean, well, if there's anybody specifically from a series, or especially if there's a character that I cosplay, I of course want to be like meeting the voice actor behind them. So if we see people, we see them and we meet them and we shake hands and be very cool. And at least for Rose, that's one person I can rep. Now Gina, well, Gina has like a phrase in the Great Ace Attorney. Hold on, the Great Ace Attorney BTVA. Yeah, to just won't be everybody, because she had like a line when it comes to it then. But otherwise, it's only the people in the cutscenes. Okay, nope, never mind, because Gina's not gonna have anybody then. Tomoe Cross only has a Japanese voice actor, of course, when it comes to it then, and you're not gonna have Japanese voice actors going out to an international con, in that case then, of course. And then Togasa, I mean, again, at least for like the whole like Lost Words, she has Japanese voice actors again too, but that's not anything more. So that's the only person in the guest list that I really need to look out for then. You need to actually check the guest list now? Oh my goodness gracious. All it took was me doting. I see how it is. I see. But yeah, so we can actually fund some art nights to her in that case then if you want. And you can join her for the art night side and shadow side in that case then. That's at least one guest that we can bond over. Okay, move Kurt out of the way, because I already talked about Kurt. I need to see the curve. So actually, I could do this. Unlock you. Put this together. Oh no, that's the inner curve that I'm looking at here. So rather. Ah, shoot. Disconnect. There we go. This is the inner curve that I was looking at, so oopsie. Let me copy you just to have on the side at the very least, though, before I start modifying you more. Happened once, it may happen again. Goodness gracious, Crimson. If I position you right here, I do kind of want to make you fatter, just even a little bit, that way I can line you up, but problem with that is that if I extend you more, that is going to compromise the overall shape that we have right here. This is not what I'm looking for. I just need this to curve in. Like a circle still, so like this, but then that's way too small. Okay, so what I think needs to be done here, actually, is to extend your piece. Say extend you by this much. that way, when I insert you, that's more centralized. Centralized. I don't care about how bad the clip's in right there. So that's totally fine, shape-wise. And then if I rotate you one more time then. Let's rotate you like this, maybe? It doesn't have to go, it's not going all the way around. A swirl like that. So that can work. I just need to extend. Rather, I don't know how I like these gappings. These little gap choppings, as you can kind of see right here. Doesn't have to be perfect, anything else, it adds a little bit of charm, but the fact is, it still is a bit that I can holistically work on a bit. I can holistically try to shrink here. So if I adjust your size and like have it eat a little bit more of the shape itself, rotating you, I can try to get a bit more of the thicker end in here. Still doesn't look that good. I might have bricked it a bit. So I'd start it a little bit better like this then, and then I could honestly just keep it in the middle, and that'd be a stylistic choice rather. Yeah, I think that actually can be fine. And we're just gonna keep cheating this way, people. I have my template. I'm gonna keep using it. Because otherwise, it'll be something maybe like this, just about. I'm going to stretch you. It seems right there is a small little buffer exactly. But bend to this entire curve, which I'll be using to my advantage. You don't need to be so wide, I'll be honest with you. Something like this is my thoughts. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good into right there. That's one. Bring you down, rotate you, and blow you up a little bit. This could be two. I just have 2 lines essentially here. So let's rotate you like 15 degrees. I need you to still be on the interior here. And then for you, my friend, you just get to run the entire line. So if I combine all of that together then, that actually doesn't look bad necessarily. I need to adjust parts though. I need to extend you all the way out. And this is the thicker end. So let's say for science sake, I flipped you completely. That'd be 180 degrees. Use the thicker end here. I think I like the thicker end in the middle. That way it gets thinner as we go on. Play with the size a little bit actually. So then when I put it together, it starts sticking the lines there and then it gets thinner as it goes on. Yes! That works well better. I just need to adjust the sizing on these gaps here then. That way they go the entire line. Oh, that's looking nice, dude. That's looking real damn nice. Holy God, am I a wizard at this or what? Okay, now I will say I should probably honestly start winding down. I am seeing that it's 11 o'clock, but I really do want to keep working. Let's still devote myself to the plan here and see how I go. I told myself, now this is a soft deadline, but it still is March, still 2 months, but 2 months to make cosplay. 2 months to make cosplay, so I have 2.5 months. So 1 month for Rose, 1 month for Kurt, and then the last half month for Con Crunch on anything that I need to repair or do anything with then. So all that I need to do is mirror all of this. Ah, crap, dude. Take you 5. And I'm flip ya. I can't see how much I'm flipping you by. If I just made around here. I'd say that's just about good. So how much are you actually eating in the end? Yeah, no, that actually should be fine. Need to adjust you a little bit. Oh, a little bit. Just slightly. So how much are you actually eating into the ends here? You're eating into the top slightly. Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, and then for parts here. Shoot. Okay. I will start with you two. I'm just gonna copy you two over. I'm gonna flip you. That'll be good. Okay. Let's not worry about you. Let's worry about you, my good sir. Copy your piece. Move that back in. Flip ya. And then I just need this little one right here. Good. Alright, undo those. I am going to copy you and bring you over, sir. Now for you, rather, you just turned 90 degrees. And then, did I undo the flip? It seems like I did. Flip. So then you're touching the ends. Be right there. Do this when it comes to it then. You are not properly sunken in. Need to sink into it by like... Okay, well first and foremost, I need to select all of the pieces. That's 5 shapes. Now I need to sink you into the thing here. Also, another problem that I'm seeing is that I didn't properly segment you. So you need to actually like sit in, like you are entirely in. How far in are these pieces? Just one. Okay. That's good. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I deselected that by accident. That is not right. I need to sink you in probably just by 1. So adjust this by the millimeters, please. -1. So that should be good on all metrics. Oh, that's all the way in! Why is it all the way in? Is it because... Oh, okay, I think I see my problem. Not all pieces are properly in, or rather, the different sizing of these pieces when I mirrored them is not reflecting on how far they need to be in. Okay. You're sunken lower than the others, whereas here, if I combined you, then you perfectly blend in with them. Or, okay, that's not perfectly blended in, but my point stands. You're sunk by 1. You need to be sunk by 1. My friend, I'm going to sync you by 1. Let me take a look at you. That's just deeper than the other. Alright, so you're fine on this end here, so I actually need to sync this piece by -1 exactly. If I do that, then you are way low, so what's the problem here? Why are you so low? Okay, no, never mind, that's actually perfect then. Just if I adjust that. Yeah, no, then that's fine, okay. I don't know what's that. Again, I think it's just because I'm mirroring things through. Now, only other thing is that for this piece here, say I combine these. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. If I did that, then I just need this to be the same depth then. No, it's not perfectly the same depth. So this piece I need to adjust by a little bit up. Still a bit low. Why did I do that? Hello? Oop, too high. Trial and error, people. This is all part of it. This is part of the process. I could probably have a bit more of a scientific way to do this, but kind of done right now tonight. So I'm just getting this through. There's probably also a more efficient way to be mirroring this, but I'm stupid. I don't know exactly how to do so, so I am not doing so. Because like, I'm trying to look at it from like this way here. Where you see that's perfectly sunk all together. Whereas you, my good sir, let's stick with this. Or let's back it up. Okay, so ground level, trying to get down to right there. It's perfect. Oh, it's perfectly those two shapes. If I do so, that's great. So now I just need to match these then. So 1, 2, that's matched. I just match these guys. Perfect. Okay. Took a little bit more, in solid engineering part. That's fine. You are eating in though. I need to adjust you. Okay, so you're good. A 1, 2. Those together. And I will sync you the same length. Because anymore, that's too low. So that's good. So 1, 2. Combine that. And then this is good here. Okay. I think I've done it. And this side should be all good to go. I'm going to get out of this real quick. I'm going to duplicate this for my own sake, so I can clear the build plate. So I can clear this build plate out of everything that I don't need. Because if I put it side by side, then this is what it would say up front here. And then that's the edging. Oh, man. Started back and forth with it. That is looking nice. Okay, so next pieces that need to be worked on then would be these two, because this will be going at the lip, just about right down here. If I have snap grid to work directly on me here, basically be going right here, and then I'll have this little guy sitting right there then. But we'll get to that as I stand this up. So okay, this is good though. This is very good. So we move these parts to the side of my build plate just to have as reference. Otherwise, I'm going to stand all of this up. And I need to start tilting you. So we are gonna go 30 degrees. Again, this was made to be done sitting down on my build plate and all that. So this is not gonna play perfectly nice. Just if I line it up together, see here, I'm gonna have some immediate clashes, but we can sand these off. The fact is, I'm not gonna mind a little bit right there when it comes to it then. And what I need to add otherwise is this little button here essentially. If we can snap you to the middle, please. I know it's kind of hard, but you can do it. And I don't need you to be so deep, because this is that little gem right there essentially. Followed by, if I lift all of this up, I'm getting this guy right here to stand up with him. So 90 degrees up. Up, and I can just push you up. It is going to intersect right on that right there, so that's actually totally fine. Work like this, and then I do think you need to extend your depth by a bit here. What you actually do is you can actually eat this little problematic bottom end. Actually be wonderful, because then I don't have to worry about hoping that out. Oh ho ho ho! You have to worry about making sure there is enough overlap so it isn't fragile. That gem is the part I would worry about most. I mean, that'll just be an info problem for me in that case then. And again, like, I am modeling it, but it's gonna be a different thing when I actually transcribe it and cut it to 3D printing. So I'll work it out on how big these parts are. So if it comes to, one easy thing I can do is just change the thickness of this as it gets on to it in time, and I'll just keep going on from there. Oh, hello, sir. Why are you slightly smaller on this part here? I forgot about this logistical problem. This one piece is slightly smaller. That's gonna annoy the shit out of me. Fuck, I fixed this before on the other model, but this one has this sunken in part. Fuck. Okay. Not the end of the world. I go to you. This is a lot of... I can't believe I started this here, and this looks like a freaking maze diagram that we're looking at, just about. I know what part I need to get, though. It'll be these guys. Because I can do away with a lot of this overlap crap here. What I need to do is extend these guys by a little bit. I'm gonna copy you. Ah, shoot, dude, what did I do? I just want 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna cut these shapes. So it's just this flat board. Perfect. Copy. Okay, now I have that pastable, so undo all of that mess. Now, when it comes to this part here, I can copy that one part. Mosey your sorry ass over. Why aren't you lining up? Why doesn't this line up? Hello? What's going on here? Okay, it's actually fixable too. Because I literally only need the end of it. So what I'm gonna do is a very ratchet solution where I'm gonna do this and then cut off like every single part of it, dude. Well, welcome to the duct tape that's gonna hold this cosplay together. No, I don't want to bundle them. I wanna union them. Here we go. Here we go. Promising looking stuff. Duct tape does fits everything. I mean, it'll fit things enough. I don't need to overlap, otherwise I just need to eat the entirety of these spots here. But that's good. So union. And then I'm going to take one bots that cuts off that excess fat right there. This is so ratchet. But you know what? It's gonna work. Because if you put them together, it looks beautiful. Okay, it's fine. So stand this part up. I need these up all the way up. You'll be 30 degrees pointed. And I'll move you back in place, just about. Have to raise your height again. It is very impressive seeing the beginning where it is now. I mean, again, like, this is just a lot of creative problem solving again on one side of the equation. And on the other side, like, I did take classes for this. So I feel like this kind of like, this is a very specialized set of knowledge that I can actually report to saying that I know what I'm speaking about here. Okay, that lines up perfectly again. And I can just move you back here, my friend. And don't, selling yourself short with saying that you couldn't do it. I don't think this would be something that would necessarily have to be your expertise then, Rena. Quite frankly. Because this is, again, like, this is for my hobbyism of cosplay. And it's a very unique one at that anyway. Especially with having, like, again, since I have Priscilla on my 3D printer, there's no reason for me not to want to make my own props and all that. Okay, that can be good. Oh, you lined up perfectly. You are not. There we go. You're going in there, but it doesn't, I mean, it's turning into it then. No, that's right, that's fine. That is perfectly fine. Art stuff like this in general is just beyond me. I mean, art itself too is also just a process that you just gotta, that you just have to keep working on and getting better at. And if it's just something that you can't spare the time for too, that's where it can get wanty in your, like, in trying to improve or trying to even like start in this medium and everything like that too. I never thought I would have been 3D printing when it comes to it then, for instance, but here we are. Or learning 3D modeling so I could continue my 3D printing hobbyism then. But again, here we are. Okay, nope. Not trying to do any of that crap. What I'm trying to do is seeing if I can't cut these jagged edges off with the good bots. Honestly, I'll be real here with you. This might just be a sanding problem for me later on. Because if I can't get this to work exactly, I don't want to be cutting off anything of the frame here. I have. So I'll need to rotate the bots 30 degrees as well, I do think. Do that? No, it's not perfect. I still need to rotate you. This is annoying to try to cut off. This one little basically might end here. So I did it like this as it is right now. Hello, please. Oh, don't, no. Don't show all that. Okay. Oh, what did you do? What happened to you? Okay, don't show that crap to me. Please, you gave me a heart attack with how it all would cut up right there. Fact is, I'm just trying to combine 1-2 parts just to see how much the spots is cutting off. So yeah, you seen there, that's, I don't know why it's getting weird right there. I think I'll just sand this part down then, or rather, it's not the end of the world if I have kind of like a weird jet like that. I can just, yeah, I can just sand that, and then I will just deal with that as a cosplay problem then later on. For now, though, as it is standing, that's fine. And then what I need to do is basically get a circlet that I can get to wearing then. So I would have that tiara that I'd seen before. Now that's just spiked edges when it comes to it then. That's like a tiara, yeah, edged pin. Now, first and foremost, because I don't trust myself here, I am going to make another duplication of this. And then figure, because when it comes to it, it's just like, it looks like it's almost on a headband on her when it comes to it, because you can kind of see that blue. So I don't know exactly how I want to do that then. Whenever they get the Chartreuse permanent attachment, I mean, it kind of seems so I did then, I'll be honest, with spikes like that. But I'm just debating about, it's like, how am I going to wear this otherwise on my own head? Because I could just get a hairband and glue it to, what's his face then? I could get a hairband and try to glue it to the tiara itself. That way I can just literally insert it logistically, and that might be the right idea. Chibi doesn't have anything when it comes to it then. It's just kind of there, unfortunately. Though I do think, for my own sake, what I might do is actually just go ahead and cut this and create, what's his face? And go ahead and 3D print this out, and then figure out logistically, one, if this is a viable prototype, and two, from that point on, if I can actually go on with this as like a draft to work on then. Yeah, like why is it eating those ends? Like, what's going on there? You're seeing all of that, right? Yeah, hello? So if I try to export this, I hope it doesn't keep eating this. Like, I hope it doesn't keep showing up like that. 'Cause that's not what I want, Chief. I mean, I could export all of this as like one object at the very least. Then, why do you keep doing this? Like, what is causing this here? Nope, don't want to delete everything. Oh, did I union everything in the design here by accident? Is that what's causing probably part of it? Because every time I keep mousing over, no, I'd select to and reselecting everything in the back too. Hold on. Look over here. Get rid of that. Just select tool. These four shapes. Okay, yeah, I have no idea what's going on then, Chief. I'm just gonna export what we can right now to an STL file, and I'm gonna see how it looks on Cura. I'm hoping it's a visual bug, because this is not what I'm looking to get out of my design, you know? Now, actually, there's another way I could do this, which is I can just delete these two since I already have a copy of it, and then I can just click export everything on the design instead. So let me refresh my page. Export everything in the design as an STL file. Let me go over to it's his face then. Where is Cura? And let's drag this file over to take a look at it. Okay, no, exported everything correctly. Let us blow this up to like 200 size. Say 250? Nah, that's gonna be too big for my own printer. Unless I tote that on its side then. Nah, 200. 200's a good base test. This feels a bit thin, I'll be honest with you, but first draft design. Let's say if it was at 50% info. 9 hours to print this. And that's a solid flat bat that I can actually work off of then. Supports only have to go there, so it can actually print pretty solidly. I could print this overnight, and this would be my first draft. Ooh, I think I'm pretty happy with this. Alright, you know what? We're calling it there then, Chief. I'm pretty happy with that. Wow! What a crown! What a crowning achievement with that right there. That's really good work. That was probably the part I was looking at the okay, actually, I'll be honest. I need to make Kurt's royal sword, which I am not exactly looking forwards to with making a goddamn sword. If I go back to the other window, I don't. I gotta make a sword, dude. I made a bow that was 7 feet tall. I can make a sword. I just can't be intimidated by it. But at least for now, that's a tiara. That is a tiara I have done that I can proudly say I did in 2.5 hours tonight. Yes! Rah! That's pretty good. I can be happy with that. Alright, I'm going to call it there tonight, everybody. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for coming by, for everybody who came by in the raids too. This was a lower energy stream by my standards, I will say, when it comes to it then. But I am very happy with how everything worked out. And quite frankly too, like, this is something I've been meaning to do for my own motivation and to get work done. So I will be very happy with that. Oh my gods. This is such a good motivation boost, and I can't be happy with that. Wherever you are, wherever you may be, whether you're on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, or more, it's been your Wonderful Wind Mage, your Cruz Ship servant, Chartreuse Proxy, everyone always at your service now. I don't think I'll be back tomorrow, but I'll see how things go. But have a good night now, y'all.